I'm going to read your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to consult with a lawyer and to have a lawyer present while you're being questioned. If you want a lawyer but you're unable to pay for one, a lawyer will be appointed to represent you free of any cost to you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You will also have the right to stop answering questions at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand that? Basically what we're doing is we're wanting to hear your side of the story minus the bullshit. That's all we want. Don't lie to us. Okay?
Hey, it happens with the neighbor. I told you I checked and said he's with the neighbor, it's fine. That phone ain't coming on, so I can't get nobody's number for you. So you can't let family know. Is there any other way you can find somebody's number so you can let people know?
I mean, I know my mom's never by heart, but I don't want to call her because she's probably going to have to die of a heart attack. That's the last thing I need.
Where's your mom live?
In Ballistics, Tennessee.
You don't have to let some family know because you don't need to be by yourself. You tell me you don't know her dad's number, so you can't call him.
Right, I just do it by contacts.
Is there anybody else you can, any other family?
I really don't talk to nobody. I told you, ever since I got raised by a police officer, I really just distance myself from everybody and made my life just about my kids because I got diagnosed with post-traumatic stress syndrome.
I know it's gonna be difficult. You might have to call on. You never know.
I guess my first question is, and I'm going to start kind of at the back end of the situation here, okay? What happened to your phone? Why is it dead?
Because there was like people asking for weed from my baby daddy because they couldn't get in contact with her.
You called somebody from that house when I was there to try to take your baby boy over across the street.
Right.
Okay. You were using that phone then. What happened to that phone in a 30-minute time frame from the time you got or left that house till you got to UT hospital? That phone. Okay. That phone has been thrown somewhere wet. We do this for a living. We're not dumb. This is your chance to tell the truth.
I said, let's try, because I know at the hospital, you said you had to go to the bathroom, right? And you tried to give your phone to some lady, correct? And she wouldn't take it. So after she didn't take the phone, what'd you do with it?
I mean, how you gonna charge me with something?
What'd you do with the phone?
I don't want to talk, man, because I'm afraid.
So your child is dead, and you don't want to talk.
Well, it's because.
So what? No. So what you're telling us is you don't care.
It's not that
You
I don't care. I got raped
fine.
by a police officer, so please.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? Your daughter is dead?
I know that.
And you don't want to tell us who killed your
I
child?
don't know.
Lord have mercy. Do you have a heart? Do you have a soul?
More worries about being charged for throwing that phone in the toilet.
You're fucking right. No, she will be charged. You're going to be charged with tampering. That's tampering with evidence. I'm serious to God. You're going to go to jail for that tonight. You can lawyer up, do what you want to. We want the truth from you. If you tell us the truth, then by George, I'll call the damn DA's office and tell them, hey, let's slow a roll here. But if you're going to sit here and bullshit us on this, then we're not going to help you.
How can you help me?
We can help you when you help us, because right now you've committed a crime. I don't give a shit about tampering crime, but I care about that little kid of yours.
No, it's my dog.
Okay?
It's like I told you earlier. Your action before, the way you started with trying to get rid of the phone and throw it away and all that stuff, that doesn't look good for you, right?
I know, but I don't want to get in trouble
Listen,
for weed either.
Listen,
My
what did I
son,
tell you?
where's my son gonna go?
What did I tell you about that weed? What did I tell you about the weed?
Did you get
I
killed?
don't care about weed. You don't care about weed.
Yeah, I told that. Well, I promise.
There's a,
I promise we don't give a shit.
your child is deceased.
that.
That's what we care about, okay? And a lot of the things so far have not been matching up. They're not making sense. And the fact you try to get rid of your phone doesn't help all that stuff out, okay? And I told you earlier, I said, you gotta tell us the truth if you want this done. When the doctor told you, what did you say? I want them motherfuckers in jail.
Yes, I
The only
did.
way we can get that done is if you tell us the truth and be helpful with us,
I
right?
told you. We just came home from the park and I thought somebody was following me. And so I went down the alley. There's an alley between the neighbors where you took Calvin, or when whoever took Calvin, and nobody followed me. And then I didn't think nothing about it. She was laying on the couch. I turned Netflix on for her, and Gavin was sitting right beside me. I have a roast still cooking right now in the crock pot. I was getting ready to make the plates, and somebody came in the door, and I was sitting on the, whatever you want to call it, the footrest. And she was like this far away from me, laying there, because I was asking her, what else do you want? Because the only thing I had in the crock pot was the roast and carrots. And I let them choose what they want to eat because her dad is a vegan. And so she's somewhat picky about what she eats. And I didn't even hear the door open because it was just a screen door. I had the other door still open because my purse was in the car still because I had to carry Gavin in because he didn't have shoes on. So, whoever, only thing I seen was a black dude come in, and I heard a gunshot, and then I looked at my baby, and then I looked at him, and his eyes got big as I don't know what. Like, I feel like it was meant for me.
What kind of car did it in?
It was a black Chrysler. I'm almost sure it was. I'm not 100% sure, but I can see, like, out the door from where the foot thing was.
So you never went outside to see the car?
No, I
You
got
just
a
thought
towel.
yourself,
I got a towel and put it on her. I didn't know what else to do with Clay. I had to run to the other couch in the other living room and get my phone and call 911. And then I came back and held the towel on her, and then my baby was flipping out, so I had to hold him too.
Well, let's try something else. You said that y'all were at the park. The park is where?
In Corns by Corns Pool.
Okay. And who was at the park?
Me, Calvin, and Destiny.
Nobody else?
No.
Just you three?
I mean, there was other people there, but as far as people I know, no.
Just, okay, so you and your two kids,
Yes.
and y'all leave the park.
Well, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. These three boys, there's like this may be something, I don't know. But these three Mexican boys, there's like a fence or whatever, and there's like a bench right beside the fence. And they kept on crawling over it, going to this building that's right beside of the park. I don't know what it is, I have no idea. So the boys were making comments about my breast. So I said, you guys are old enough to be talking to me like this, especially in front of my kids. I was like, you're already teaching my son bad things because he's trying to crawl over the fence too. So I went and pulled up because when I walked back up to them, they ran in and crossed the fence again. And when they crossed the fence, I drove up there to see if their parents were there. Well, their parents was there, and it was two Mexican men. And I said, you need to teach your sons to be more respectful because they were being very disrespectful and talking to me in ways that I didn't appreciate, especially in front of my daughter.
And so did you drove off after that?
Yes, sir.
Headed back to your place?
Yes, sir. I went down Oak Ridge Highway and then turned left on Shaw Road and then went the back way by the Waggles on Callahan and through the back roads.
Okay. And so when you get back to your place, you said you pulled in through the alley?
Yeah, because I felt somebody was following me.
So you thought somebody was following you from the park?
No, I don't know from the park. I wasn't paying that much attention because they were always complaining that they were thirsty and they were hungry and all this. So I was just consoling them, telling them we're going to be home, you know, the roast is done. Basically, Destiny was the one that was talking.
So when did you first think that somebody was following you?
When I turned left off Oak Ridge Highway onto Shaw Road.
Okay. And so what kind of vehicle was that?
I'm not sure. It was a dark colored car. I'm not sure.
So you think a dark colored car was
Yes,
following
sir.
at that time?
Yes, sir.
But you still go straight on home?
Yeah, but I went through the alley, and when I went through the alley, nobody was behind me, so I didn't think nothing of it.
So when did you, so this dark colored car that you thought was following you, when did you not see it following you?
When we stopped at the red light on Callahan, they weren't behind me.
Callahan at Central?
Central. Callahan and Central by the Wipers.
So right about the Wagons and I guess a couple of restaurants and stuff that you didn't see it anymore at that point.
Where Asian Cafe used to be, correct?
So you didn't see the car anymore at that point?
Correct,
And then you go on to your house,
correct.
and you say you go through an alley. So you park.
There's an alley in between the neighbor's house where we took Gavin and the other house.
So do you park behind the house?
No, I can't park behind my house.
But so you go through the alley,
And then I just pulled into my driveway where my car is
and then you
now.
just come on and pull into your driveway.
Correct.
Right.
And then Destiny went in, and then, like I said, first I had to unlock the door, so me and Destiny went to the door, and I unlocked the door, and then I came back out, and I got Gavin, because he didn't have no shoes on, and then I came back out, and I got my purse, and turned on Netflix for her, and Gavin was sitting right beside me, and I was asking him, what else do you want me to fix, because the roast and the carrots are done. And the next thing I know, the screen door was closed, but the, whatever you wanna call it, the big door was open. And I didn't even hear it open because the TV in the living room was on also, in the other living room.
And so when you get home, you said nobody else lives with you.
No, sir, no.
Nobody, you don't have either of the kids' dad or male friend that
No.
spends the night somewhere. So
I mean, yeah, yes, I did.
who was that?
His name is Daniel
Daniel
Hensley.
Hensley. Okay. 'Cause you didn't tell me about him earlier when I asked you.
No, I mean, but we just started talking, like, he may have spent the night like 3 times in like a month.
Okay. So, but.
And then he didn't stay there last night, he didn't stay there the night before, none of that.
Alright, so you get home with you three there, you got Netflix on, you're sitting there talking to them about what they want to eat, and you
The
say
rest of the vegetables, yes.
somebody just comes through the door,
Right,
doesn't say anything,
nothing,
and just shoots.
yes, one time,
And okay, so you said she's laying on the couch.
correct.
So would Gavin be sitting like at her head or at her feet?
He was like beside me.
Where were you and like?
I was, there's like a footstool thing, and I was sitting like.
So maybe she like.
So she's laying right here, the
Mhm.
footstool's right here,
Okay.
I'm right here, he's right here.
So Gavin's kind of more at her feet, I would say.
Correct.
And her head's this way, and her feet would be.
No, her head was this way. Her head was this way, towards the door.
But Gavin wasn't at the end towards her head, is what you're telling me.
Gavin was at the end.
So he's over here.
He was on this side of me, she was laying towards, her head was laying towards the front door.
So she's laying this way, kind of, her body's facing north.
He was facing towards the door.
Front door.
Correct. If she had her head on the pillow.
And this person comes in, don't say anything.
Don't say anything, and it was like me and her was this far apart, and shot, and then when he shot, it was like, his eyes got big, cause I mean, she instantly started bleeding, and like, she just went out of it, and I just don't feel like it was meant for her.
Where was he standing when he shot?
He was probably about a foot away from the footstool thing, whatever.
So he's close to you.
Yes.
Then there's no way that he could have hit from you. If he's a foot
Well,
away from
I mean,
you.
I'm not gonna say a foot, he was like, will you see where the door was?
Yes, ma'am.
I would say probably from here to you.
There's still no way.
There's no
There's no way.
yeah.
There's just no way. If you're there and she's
Why
there.
you shoot my baby?
Well, that's what we're trying to piece this thing together to figure out. And so you said that once he shot, he just turned around and went out the door?
His eyes got big, like he paused for a second. Like, yeah, he didn't walk out the door, he ran.
So you saw this guy?
Yes.
You probably got a good look at him, right?
Yes.
Okay, Detective Riddle, at this point in time, obviously you've not seen and reviewed at this point in time when this interview is going on, the recording from the neighbor, is that correct?
No officers are stood out doing the neighborhood canvass.
Okay, and so now that you have reviewed that, is this story that she's told about her coming in with Destiny and then going back out and getting Gavin and then come back in and then going back out and getting her purse, this person coming in and the person running out, is that consistent with what you see in that video?
No.
Black shirt, And I think he had on blue jean shorts, but I'm not sure. He didn't have no hat on, no nothing. He was dark skinned,
When you say dark, do you mean like
darker than me,
darker than me? Okay. So darker than me, but how tall was he?
about my height,
How tall are you?
5'5".
Mm, what kind of, how was his hair?
It was short, like it was
Was
short.
that mine?
He didn't have a hat on, anything.
Yeah, anything that like stood out, like you have
I
tattoos?
wasn't paying attention. I'm like, why I see my baby in?
And so after he runs out the door, you say you think you see a black car
Correct.
drive by. And what do you do at this point?
I got the towel and I put it on her, and then I was looking for my phone and I remembered it. It was on the first living room couch.
Mhm.
And I went in there and I got it and I called 911. And I just kept pushing the towel on her.
Was she talking to you or anything?
And I kept on trying to talk to her and she wouldn't say nothing.
You remember how many shots you heard?
Just one.
Just one shot. Do you think she saw the guy? Maybe she tried to put her hands up or something? Or anything you remember?
I don't know. It was so fast. Like it happened like 10 seconds total.
All right, well, let's put some things up. So first you said that you left the door open. Is that something you do all the time?
No.
So
No.
you usually don't leave the door open?
I mean, I do, but like I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about them eating.
Because you said first that the door was left open because your purse was still in there.
Right, it was, yeah. I had
But
to look at
then
my
when you
purse.
just started telling me, you said that.
I had already went and got my purse though.
And you still left the door open after you already went and got
Right,
the purse.
right.
Why was that?
Just trying to get them to eat. She kept on saying she was hungry.
Were you or maybe waiting for somebody to come see
No.
what's supposed to be showing up?
No.
Well, so what's the deal with her dad? If you're not with her and some other guy's coming over, what's the deal with Destiny's dad?
He got an aggravated assault charge. He's the reason why I don't have my son, because he beat me to the point where I was unconscious, and the house that we lived in, he strangled me, and the door was open where it was a glass door, and he was paying $1,600 a month where we lived, and I guess the neighbors heard us arguing because the police showed up, and I was unconscious, and he was pouring water on my face. So
this-
we really don't get along at all. He just don't want to pay child support, so therefore he gives me money, basically. So, but people, like, he don't know a lot of people around here, so like I turn him on to people or let him meet people.
You middleman for him, because you said people
Right.
text you trying to
Yeah.
get weed.
Mhm.
So you do have some contact with him.
Yes, oh yeah,
So-
but I mean, and that's the thing, we just got in an argument 2 days ago, because I'm supposed to be getting a settlement from where I got raped. And he's been trying to get back with me, but he's a narcissist big time. Like, he wants to control me. He shows up at my house unannounced. And he had called me a bitch for some reason. And I got mad at him, and I was like, you're not gonna call me a bitch to my face, because I'm just tired. I mean, I miss my son. Like, his dad won't even let me.
And just so that we're clear, the son that she's talking about now is not Gavin, is that correct?
No, it's not.
She's talking about an additional child that she doesn't have
I believe it
custody
was an
of.
older child.
His son?
Yes. And so, I mean, we've always had a lot of animosity, but because of the rape, I don't really let my kids out of my sight, so I don't want to put Gavin in daycare, so I just basically, and then his dad just is out of the picture completely.
So you stay at home, so when Destiny's dad's name is Antoine, right?
Yes.
When he gets to see her, does he come around there? Or?
He comes to the house sometimes, or last weekend he took her. That was the first time he took her in a long time. But normally he comes to the house and just sits and tries to play family.
How often does he come see her?
Well, they were going to National Fitness. If she, like, they have like this point system on at the school.
Mm-hmm.
And if she gets 80%, then he'll take her to National Fitness, and they have like these classes that she can do, like karate and ballet and gymnastics. And so he would take her to that and then bring her back to his house. And he tried to get me to go, but I wouldn't let her go.
Because I saw some reports, you and him have had a pretty.
Yes, he was very violent, yes, extremely violent.
And you hadn't seen him today?
No. I seen him then. I talked to him today, and actually Destiny had called him, but she had a bad day at school. Guess what is today?
Saturday.
Yeah, she had a bad day at school on Friday. She was in the principal's office for 2 hours because she had poked some little girl or something, and she was walking slowly and holding up the class line where they were late to lunch, and she's scared of him, so she didn't want to talk to him, but he had called.
Oh, her dad?
Yes, and she didn't want to talk to him today, and he asked her what she needed at school, and she said she was bad, and she ran off, and when she ran off, he was like, I was like, she don't want to talk to you. I was like, she's scared of you, and he was like, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you because of what had happened yesterday. I told you came to my house and dropped her off because he.
Okay, so to be clear, in this initial relaying of events, she says that Antoine was not at the house on September 14th of 2019. Is that correct?
Those are her words.
Fitness because on Thursday she had a good day, but the guy Kelly that I told you, me and him had went out to eat with Gavin at the food truck place on Central Avenue, and it was like he was watching.
Can we pause that for a second? I don't want to have the jury misled. She didn't say in this video that he was there on the 14th. She says he called on the 14th and talked to Destiny on the phone. And I just don't want the jury to be confused and call this a lie.
That's what I said.
not what she
Ladies
said.
and gentlemen, the beauty of your role in this function is you are the ultimate judges of facts, and you judge what the facts are, not what either one of the lawyers tell you they are. Keep playing the video.
So just to make sure it's clear, she told you that Antoine was not there on the day that her child was killed, correct?
Those were her words.
All right, keep playing the video.
Right when we pulled up.
And Antoine pulled up.
Yes, and he came beating on the door like he was the damn police.
Okay, I'm gonna back this up so it doesn't get confusing.
To him, but he had called.
Oh, her dad?
Yes, and she didn't want to talk to him today, and he asked her what she needed at school, and she said she was bad, and she ran off, and when she ran off, he was like, I was like, she don't want to talk to you. I was like, she's scared of you, and he was like, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you because of what had happened yesterday. I told you came to my house and dropped her off because he had her because it was National Fitness because on Thursday she had a good day. But the guy Kelly that I told you, me and him had went out to eat with Gavin at the food truck place on Central Avenue, and it was like he was watching, I feel like, because he pulled up right when we pulled up.
And Antoine pulled up.
Yes, and he came beating on the door like he was the damn police.
So why is she afraid of him though?
I really don't know, because I mean, he's seen her be very cruel to me and talk back to me.
So
And then today, when he was on the phone with her, like, she was like, I don't want to talk to him. And I was like, Antoine, she's scared of you. And I told her, I said, baby, you don't have to be scared of your daddy. You don't have to be scared because you had a bad day at school. Because at the end of the day, that's your daddy and he still loves you and he's not going to do anything to you. And she still refused to talk to him. So then he was like, started making it about me. He was like, you're nothing but a whore. I can't believe you had Callie over there. But, because, I mean, I've known Callie for like 10 years, longer than I've known Antoine.
Just the Daniel Hensley guy?
Yes.
Called Callie?
Yes, he's from California. And so, and I was like, what's the problem? And so him and Callie got into it because he was like, she's nothing but a whore. I got pictures of her sucking my dick, blah, 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 this, which is, it could have been true, but it's like years ago, like 4 years ago, I'd say. She was about to be 6. So like, he was like, she's a whore, blah, 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 all this, and like, they got to tussling.
Just yesterday.
Yes, they got to tussling.
At the food truck?
No,
At your
at my
house?
house, and he brought her home.
Okay.
And Callie had took her and put her in her bedroom. And whenever that happened, he came back outside because Antoine was like, fuck you, bitch, you ain't nothing but a whore, blah, 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 like I said.
Mhm.
And they got to tussle because he's like, you're not going to be disrespectful like that. You shouldn't be saying this in front of her daughter or her son. You know, that's not right. She has to live here. Would you do this at your house? And like Antoine kind of put his hands on him. They didn't really hit each other, but they kind of put their hands on each other and I pulled him back. And then Callie made the statement. He was like, well, if she's a hoe, I guess she's my hoe now, or something to that effect. And Antoine went and got in the car, and he tried to back up and hit me. That's why my phone was messed up.
What was he driving yesterday?
His GMC, I guess it's a Yukon, it's black.
How do you think he's gonna respond to this, to find out about this?
I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be hard because it's his daughter. He's only got 2 kids, and his son's 12, so.
Do you think he'd ever do anything to try to hurt Destiny?
I can't really answer that because I'm not around. I mean, he won't even let me know where he lives. And she's scared of him.
So tell me this, so this situation that you saying happened yesterday, could that possibly happen today?
What do you mean?
Them getting into it, could that possibly took place today?
I don't
Not
understand.
yesterday, them getting into it at your house, could that possibly
No,
happen
it was
today?
Friday.
You're positive it was yesterday?
Yes.
They didn't get into it today?
No. Callie hadn't even been there. I didn't see him all last night after he left. When Antoine left, he left right after her.
Was he supposed to be coming over there today? See you or anything?
Who, Antoine? No.
Would Antoine just show up at your house?
Yes, he does.
Well, you think he would just show up mad at you?
Oh, he has,
And maybe-
definitely.
And maybe try to do something to you and just so
Yes.
happened that it was Destiny? And could that possibly be what might have happened tonight?
I know it wasn't Antoine. I can promise you it wasn't Antoine, but I mean, he's selling drugs. People are gonna do whatever for him. That's one thing I can't say.
So you think that maybe he could have got somebody to come over there and do that? But you don't think it would have been him?
Right. I know it wasn't him. I seen this man face to face. I know it wasn't him.
Okay, so again, at this point in her relaying information to you, she's adamant that Antoine was not at the house when Destiny was killed. Is that correct?
That's what she spoke to me about. He was not there.
What is the line on
I think it's probably on his screen.
The screen is not functioning.
And I'm not touching it. I don't know what's going on with it.
I suspect if you shake
If you
it.
hit the back button, it should not leave it for you, honestly. Sorry.
Well, there's still some more stuff that we that's not making sense, right? Because you're saying you know it wasn't him, you don't know who this guy, but you don't know who the guy was.
Right.
Okay? And you're saying that it was one shot, and that could be possible, I don't know. But it's still not explaining why we're not finding any bullets there at the house, right?
Were they inside of her?
No. There were no bullets inside of her, right? So
Well,
that,
they have to be there.
that would mean that it would have to be somewhere at the house, in the couch. If she's laying on the couch and
Right.
she's shot on the couch, it would be,
Correct.
we didn't find them. There's not even bullet holes in that couch, right?
All right, now, Detective Riddle, at this point in time, nobody's recovered bullets from the home, is that correct?
No, I believe we're getting relayed information from forensics.
Okay, now at some point in time, did you receive information that there was in fact a bullet, in maybe the pillow or the couch or something of that nature?
Yes, I did.
Okay, but you've not received that information at this point in the interview, is that
As of
correct?
this point, no.
So that's not adding up. This is 1 plus 1 equals 2, right? So you tell her she's on the couch, she got shot.
Right.
That don't add up to that. Is this, and I don't know if maybe you're scared, so maybe you're forgetting something, or you're changing a little bit, but did this happen at the house?
Oh, yeah,
It happened at
yes,
the house.
yes, it was right there. We were sitting right there. She was laying there watching Netflix. Gavin was right beside me. We were talking about what she was gonna eat. The dude came in the door and shot, and that was it.
He's been to the hospital, and what he's trying to tell you is he saw the trajectory of her wound through her person. And it would indicate to him that she's been shot through and through, right? It looked pretty straight. And on the autopsy, they'll stick the rod in her and let her know. They'll tell us the trajectory. Would it indicate to you that she was shot at he was over? Okay. If that's the scenario, then there would be a bullet or a hole in that couch going into your floor. And we're telling you it's not. We're not making it up. We're telling you that we cannot find a hole in that couch. She doesn't have a bullet in her, and it just don't disappear.
Right, I mean, I understand that completely.
And we don't think she shot, we think she shot more than once.
I only heard one gunshot.
I mean, that could be, I mean, we're not saying,
It could
it could
be.
be.
But that's why I was asking you, maybe she put her hands up or something.
That's why I come back here and ask you about the couch.
Right, oh, yeah, you can take the
Well, this is, and nobody's saying you're lying, but this ain't adding up. It's not
I
making
understand,
sense.
I understand.
And you're sure it's a black car?
I'm almost, I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but yes.
Because there's a big difference between black and other colors.
Right. I mean, I didn't get up and just go out and look like I told you.
No, because I think I questioned you, because it's a pretty long distance. I don't know how you could assume it's a black car
Right.
when you're at least 25 or 30 yards away from that, and
Right.
that small little front door. So, I mean, were you assuming?
No, I wasn't assuming, but that's what I thought that I seen.
And usually, in our job, in our profession, there's usually a motive. Like if someone comes in your house and there's a problem with you, bad guys are bad guys. They can be shitheads, but most bad guys have a heart. They're not going to shoot a little kid. They're going to shoot you if you're the target. Or if they're going to rob you, they're going to say, "I want your shit." He didn't say nothing. Just shoot your little girl.
That's why I'm thinking that there's something you may tell
No,
us.
I swear to God.
You've already told us you're scared. You mentioned it right off the bat.
Yeah,
You're
because, I
scared.
mean, I got raped by a police officer.
Honey, we're not.
Listen, that ain't us,
I
right?
understand that.
We ain't always in their bad seats everywhere, right? I hate that happens to you. We're here trying to help you. We want to help you out in this situation.
Yes, I want your
And we-
motherfucker in
And
jail.
we need you to help us because, like I said, it's not adding up. People don't shoot kids.
I know, well,
They don't do that. That's a different kind of evil if somebody just
that's
blatantly.
why I feel like it was meant for me.
But
There's no
what
way.
you're telling us, there's no way.
There's no way.
There's no way somebody's that close and misses you and hits her like that.
I mean, it's almost like it's been vindictive, which could be a domestic violence issue. I can't have you, so I'm gonna take somebody else close.
I'm just straight up with you. I feel like it's her dad, and I feel like you don't want to tell us that. I feel like he's pissed off about all this stuff that's going on. You won't let him see her. She's scared of him. I feel like he came in there, pissed off, and he didn't, and you scared to say something because you know it's going to be the same thing that's been going down in the past. I feel like that's exactly what's it, and you don't want to say it because you're scared.
I think you are too. I think he's hitting the nail on the head. I don't think he intended to kill the little girl. I think he was gonna shoot and scare the hell out of you. And that's why you said, he said, "Oh shit, I've shot my
That's why he
baby."
got that big, and you turn left. I'm telling you, I'm not.
You're right, okay, you're right, okay, all right.
See, you can
I
tell us
feel
this.
in my heart the whole time. You gotta tell me,
I
listen.
know, but
Listen,
you told her
listen to
too.
me, listen. She is your baby. She is your baby. We don't, if he is evil enough to do something like this, we don't care about him right now. If he didn't care about his daughter to do her like that, why are you caring about him? You need to be trying to make sure we get her justice, and like you said, put this motherfucker in jail. He's pissed at you over this whole Kelly situation.
You're right.
He's pissed that she's mad at him. He comes in there and he shoots his baby.
That's not a man.
You're right, okay, I'm bad, I can't do it.
No, you've done the right thing.
We need to get you some family so we can get you to the junior somewhere, okay?
I just want my baby.
I told you about the hospital, but we can't, that right now is.
That's what my God, I mean,
It's about that, and we'll do that, okay?
Just see, that's another thing.
Well,
He got mad because I had Gavin, because the guy that I had Gavin with, I was with before him, and then I got with him after him, but he made me put my hands on the Bible and promise him that I would never mess with him no more. I mean, this dude used to nail the windows shut on me and Destiny and had locks on his house when we lived together to where we couldn't get out without a key.
This guy's fixing to say this.
So tell me the truth, so he blamed the candidate and did that tonight, didn't he? It wasn't meant for you, it was meant for Destiny.
I think like you said, he just wanted to
I
scare
think
me.
he wanted to scare you and he shot her and it fucked him up. And he don't drive a black, he drives a white one.
He drives a white 300.
I don't know, he goes to the POW auction, behind Walmart Clean Highway and buys cars.
We're pretty certain it's white.
But you know,
And he had them.
I don't know,
Because we've got witness.
what was he wearing?
he had on a black shirt, and do you have a black hat on?
Did he say anything to you? Did you ever see him when you first got home?
No.
You think he might have been, you think he really was following you?
I think that he was just watching.
I think you're right. I think the video is going to tell us that he was probably sitting, watching and waiting for you to come home. We knew this is domestic. And we figured the whole time that you're scared. We understand it. We just don't want you to lie to us. You know what's more than, you're okay, you're okay.
You lost the day. Come here. Come on. You.
Okay, Detective Riddle, can you kind of explain to the jury a little bit about the emotions that are going on with you and the officers and Miss Howington in the room?
I'm going to speak for myself. I'm frustrated just by the numerous untruths that are being told. We go in the direction because we felt like a motive. This is just not a normal shooting. So we have a database at the Knoxville Police Department. We just pull Antoine Oliver's name out of a database. There's the database that has Antoine abusing Miss Howington. So that's why we're assuming there's more to this story than just some random black guy coming in and shooting this 5-year-old little girl. So we're trying to get this. You see how hard it is for us to get the truth out of her. We're trying to get more out of her.
Okay, so at this point in time, whenever she says that it's Antoine that came in and shot the little girl, do you believe that to be a true story as you're sitting there?
As I'm sitting there, yes, I'm kind of excited, but we got some steps. We're going to go through the process of getting a warrant.
Okay, and so just so that the jury's clear where we're headed, this is not the story that she's going to stick to, though, is it?
Oh heavens, no.
This is all you need right now, okay? We're trying to help you. We ain't the bad guys, right? We want to help you. Thank you for finally coming and telling us the truth, okay?
Yes, sir.
Did you, after this whole thing happened, did you call, did you contact him?
No,
You didn't call, did you call anybody?
I called Kelly.
You called, okay, did you tell him what just happened? You think he'll talk to us?
It'd be good.
He will. He sells me too,
It
and
can
he's
be.
on
What did we just tell
probation.
you? What did we just tell you?
We know you tried to destroy your phone. We don't give a
You don't
shit.
care about Lee? How many times have I tell you that? I don't care about that.
I mean, he might come and talk to you and tell you that him and Antoine got into it.
That's all, you know, if he can tell us that and tell us that, yeah, you called and told me whatever, afterwards, that's wonderful. We'll do this for probation. I'll tell the probation officer, hey, he's helping us when he ain't in no trouble. We're not in here trying to just hem folks up. But if folks do bad stuff like shoot their own child, that's the people we trying to hem up. They're the people we trying to put in jail for the rest of their life.
I can't believe the baby is gone, John.
I can't tell you, I can't imagine how I feel at this point. But I'm telling you, you need some family or somebody right now. You don't need to be by yourself.
I really personally think we probably need to put you in a room somewhere. We'll try to get somebody from special crimes to get you some help, get you in a room. You don't need to be at that house, because this guy's done something bad, he may do something worse. I don't know how it could be any worse than he done.
I ain't trying to scare you, but you don't need to be by yourself, you don't need to be at home right now.
And you've told us the whole truth.
You promise when he comes in that door, he doesn't say anything.
He didn't say nothing.
Did you say, what the hell are you doing? Did you say anything to him?
I didn't even recognize he was there until the gun went off.
What kind of gun was it?
I don't know, it was black, that's all I know.
Did it look like a semi-automatic or a revolver?
I don't even know, I don't know anything about
Did
it.
it kind of look like the ones we carried, or did it have the ones that had like a little round cylinder on it?
What do you mean by around the cylinder? Let me see that one and I'll tell you. Like,
Well, I can't take it out.
It's a semi-automatic.
It's like it's got, you put the magazine in like that.
I don't know.
Or did it look like, you ever seen like in a movie, people play like Russian roulette and stuff, and they take the gun and they put a bullet in and spin it around?
No,
That's
no.
how it said, it didn't look like that.
No.
So it kind of looked like something like this, more
Smaller.
smaller, kind of like this. Have you ever seen them with it before?
No.
Have you ever seen them with guns before?
Have you spoken with him by phone today? And okay,
Remember I told you?
the reason I want to say this, and I promise you, we're not going to lie to you. It is pivotal, and I'm going to tell you this from a prosecution standpoint. It's pivotal that we look into your phone, because that's what they consider exculpatory evidence. We would like to see if y'all are arguing. If you are, that's fine.
No, it was on a phone call.
Oh,
All right, so Detective Riddle, at this point in time, you're making or moving towards the decision to charge Antoine with a homicide in this case, is that correct?
Correct.
we would still like to see your phone record. And I promise you, you've got to be able to trust me. Okay, I don't care. I told you, if you sold 10 pounds of weed, I don't give a shit. It would be good if we could download your phone. We deal with this all the time. I promise you, we're not going to touch you. I don't care. We're here for your dollar, and we're here for you.
The last thing we want to do is put you in jail.
What do you mean by that was my phone?
We like to download your phone, to look at your call log, to look if there's any messages. If you've got
We
messages,
don't have any messages,
Okay.
you don't really message me.
all that you do is verify your story. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. And defense attorneys, this is what they're going to do. They're going to attack you. They're going to attack that phone because we didn't do our job. Trust me, I know how it works. You got to trust me. I promise you.
The last thing we want to do is take a mother and just watch her daughter die and put her in jail. We don't want to do that. That's not what we're here for.
You've got a 2-year-old son that witnessed this, and it's terrible.
That's what we want. We want to get you back in and get you somewhere safe. And we want to go out there and be looking for Antoine. Because he's going to answer for this.
We're going to make a lineup. I want you to get around the lineup, okay? Make sure we got the right guy. And we're going to put a warrant on him. First degree murder.
It's the one I showed you.
Yes, sir.
We're going to still show you a lineup, all right?
Yes, sir.
Let us go try to see if we can get somebody so we can put you up tonight and get you and Gavin somewhere safe.
Do you trust us? And we've come across, I've been an asshole now, I apologize. I know you're having a hard time.
I'm going to tell you about hitting an asshole. We take this stuff serious.
No, I'm angry. I'm angry.
We don't just.
This is my baby, so just imagine how I feel.
Well, and you gotta understand, it's your baby, and we want the truth from you, and you want to give us the truth, so that aggravates us.
But you're scared.
But we understand, like I said, I went and I saw where y'all, you and him have had it out. Y'all have had it out for a while, since about 2012, 14 or something.
He's the reason why I lost my
And
son.
when I saw that, I figured, I said, this is. It's a little bit more.
It just, I can't comprehend it because I can't imagine hurting my kids. And you can't imagine hurting others. I mean, if you've got a problem with your girlfriend or baby mama, move on. That's your kid. That's with you forever.
Alright. We'll get back in just a second, okay? You need something to drink? Good. So.
Okay. You want to cover anything? Okay.
All right, so at this point, when you and Detective Wardlaw leave the room, what are you all going to do?
We are, I don't know if it's me or him, but we made a photo lineup of Antoine Oliver, who's the father of Destiny Oliver. Not only that, but we're corresponding with officers on scene still.
We ask you, do you recognize the document that I'm handing you?
Yes, it's the black and white photo lineup that I made of Antoine Oliver.
Okay, we could make this exhibit number
17.
17.
No objection.
Let it be marked and filed as 17.
And can you explain to the jury just briefly what you mean when you say photo lineup?
Well, generally, in the rule of thumb is you want to make a six-person lineup, make them very close as possible. In this case, she knew Antoine Oliver. She ID'd him, but we want to make sure we got the right Antoine Oliver. So we made 6 photos, and we put Antoine in a photo, and she was able to identify him as number 3 in the photo.
Okay, so she actually circled, this is the person she's saying shot her child in this recitation of what happened.
Correct.
You publish this to the jury.
You may.
Are you and Detective Wardlow doing anything else while you're out of the room at this point?
Yeah. Not only with that, I think we continue to look at the database as the reports, getting a picture of the violence with Antoine toward her. And I believe we're also, like I said, we were corresponding with officers on scene about video.
Or if we could resume with Exhibit 15.
I'm sorry.
If I can resume with this.
You may.
Actually, let me delete again whatever this is.
I'm not
I know
touching
you're
this.
not touching it. I know you're not touching it.
I don't need it if you want. I can just view that up there.
I don't know how to unhook this from that because that's how the system's set up.
What's wrong? Can't sit much more. Okay, let me check this. Take a look at this.
And I really don't want to consent to the phone stuff either. Just for my personal protection.
Okay.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Well, we'll keep it, we'll just have to write a search warrant. We'll still keep it, we're still gonna go in, we're just gonna have to do a search warrant. Just more work on our part.
Okay, Detective Riddle, so the defendant in this case has indicated that she does not want to consent to have you all look at her phone, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so at this point in time, do you all know about the text message that she sent to Joe Key that says that Gavin shot Destiny?
No.
Okay, Robin. Here, I'm gonna show you 6 pictures. You tell me the person. You tell me the person, and you circle the person that shot and killed your daughter. You sign it right there. Initial it right here for me, please. That's indicating you said photo number 3, right? You just put your initial right here. And I think signature right here.
Hey, so tell me this, you said it looked like it was like a gun like this, so that's a semi-automatic, so no shoot, the shootout was called a casing, right? So it should have been at least one of those found. You remember seeing one of those?
Do you know what a casing is?
No, sir.
That's this part of the bullet. That's the bullet, that's the casing, that's what spits it out. So you didn't see any of those?
No, the thing is, my baby is like the messiest baby in the world, so he could have very well picked it up. I don't know. Because he was there with her and around her and without her, and he go get my phone in the other living room.
Did you want a gun? Ever had a gun?
All right, so here, when Detective Wardlow said, "Do you own a gun?" what did she do with her head?
She nodded no.
Would it surprise you if you told you that a gun was found outside the house? That would surprise you.
So at this point, have you all received information that there is a gun that was outside the house?
We have video.
And had the officers actually found that gun outside the house?
Yes.
Yes, it was. I mean, I was scared.
So what do you mean, I don't understand what you're saying.
Like, I have nightmares of this police officer coming to kill me.
So, like, you keep talking about the incident, like what's the deal with that?
Because it bothers me.
Like, did it happen here or somewhere else, or?
It happened in Sullivan County, at a landfill.
Up in Kingsport.
Yes.
How long ago was this?
It was March 21st, 2018.
And he was prosecuted.
He's about to be raped, assault, and gone to a TBI agent.
So, but I asked you about if a gun outside your house, and you said I was scared. Like, I don't understand that answer.
Yeah, I'm scared that he's going to come and try to kill me.
So you have a gun?
You have a gun?
Yes.
What kind of
What kind of
gun?
gun you have?
I don't even know. A friend of mine gave it to me. It's not even really my gun, it's his. He just basically leaves it there, so.
Is it somewhere in the house?
I'm sorry?
Is it somewhere in your house right now?
No.
Where's it at?
Wherever he put it.
Is it the one that was found outside your house?
I guess if that's where he put it.
Who was your friend that would put it there?
Copy.
So to be clear, Detective Riddle, at this point in time, Ms. Howington says there may be a gun outside her house, but that Callie put the gun outside her house?
That's what I took it as being.
And who is Callie for the jury?
Callie is Daniel Hensley, a guy that she was dating.
Is this the story she's going to stick with?
No.
When did you put it there?
I'm not sure. He was supposed to put it in his storage.
In the storage. Where's the storage?
I have no idea. I'm having it somewhere.
Oh, I thought you said your storage.
No.
Okay. So you think that maybe Gavin might have picked up the casing? What would he have did with it? Because it was.
There's no telling.
Because it should
I
still
mean,
be
I'm
there.
not 100% sure that he did.
Because it's not lined up that there's no bullet, and there should be a bullet, and there's no casing if it's a semi-automatic, right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a clue what kind of gun. I don't know.
Well, you said it wasn't one like people play Russian roulette with, so that means it's gotta be
I mean, I'm
something.
not 100% sure. No.
So when you got home, you sure nobody was at your house when you pulled up? Nobody was already there?
No.
Detective Riddle, is that consistent with what you saw in the video when she says there was nobody there when she pulled up?
What you saw on the video was a car there waiting, and then she pulls up.
Any point did you go back outside and move your car?
Yes.
Okay, when did that happen?
After I turned the Netflix off for the kids.
Or why'd you move it?
Because I always play in the same place, so that the mailman can get to the mailbox.
And that's before your baby was shot.
Correct.
And did you see another car outside when you went to move yours?
A white person.
Okay, who was that?
Yes,
It was Antoine. So was Antoine already there when you got there? He
yes.
was already at your house when you got there? Inside or outside?
Outside.
Waiting on
And I didn't know that he was gonna be there.
it. Okay, so why didn't you tell us that earlier?
Because, I mean, this is his daughter too. I know that he killed her, but I just don't feel like he did it on purpose. I feel like he was trying to kill me.
So he was already there. You, what happens?
He tried to talk. He came in the house. And when he came in the house, I told him I didn't want to talk to him. And he went back outside the house.
Okay, then what happened?
Till he came back in.
Just,
He brought a gun back in with him.
Yes.
Is this story consistent with what you see in the video of somebody coming in, going back out, and then coming back in?
No.
so this gun that Callie gave you, how long have you had it?
Not very long.
And it was in the house tonight?
No.
That gun never was in the house tonight. That's what you're saying.
So, with that being said, if we told you there was a gun found outside, and we want to make sure that it's not the gun you said Kelly gave you, would you mind giving us DNA so we can make sure it's not?
I don't understand what you're saying.
So there's a gun found outside.
Right.
You said Kelly gave you the gun at some point.
Right.
We want to make sure that that's not the gun that Kelly gave you. The way we do that is DNA. You mind giving us your DNA so we can make sure that's not the gun?
I'm saying Callie did give me that gun, yeah.
I know that.
Okay.
And you're saying you don't know where that gun is at now.
Correct.
Right. But there was a gun outside your house.
Correct.
So to make sure that that's not the same gun that Callie gave you, we'll run your DNA against the DNA found on that gun. Do you mind if we get DNA so
No,
we can do that?
I guess it is the gun that Callie gave me, yeah. He told me he put it outside, he was supposed to put it in storage.
So it'll be his DNA on it, not yours, right?
Should be, yeah.
Okay,
But
that's
I
what
mean,
we're-
I've touched it before, I'm not gonna lie to you.
So do you care if we get your DNA to make sure?
Sure.
So we can have your DNA so we can run it against that gun to make sure it's not.
I mean, my DNA's gonna be on there, you don't have to worry about it.
That's okay, just prove your side of the story.
Okay.
That's all we're trying to do. Because we got to cross all our T's and dot all our I's, because if we don't do certain stuff, then they'll say we didn't do our job.
Right.
All right. So why did he give you the gun?
Because when he slept there, he woke me up in my sleep and said that I was having nightmares, and he asked me what it was, and I told him that I had nightmares because a police officer was going to come and kill me.
So it wasn't for Antoine, it's because you thought that officer.
I mean, it was for Antoine too.
Tell me this. Could possibly you and Antoine got into it today, and you had a gun trying to scare him, and you shot him instead?
No,
That didn't happen.
that did not happen.
That didn't happen. So you're positive it was
Yes.
him?
I mean, I just can't believe that he would do, I mean, my daughter is dead, like, I really feel like he was trying to kill me. Cause he keeps on saying, he just kept on saying, it needs to be with me anyway, she needs to live with me, she don't need to live with you, all this. And kept on trying to tell me that she always says that when she's with him, she don't wanna come home, and she never spoke that to me. Like, there's been times that he's tried to get her and she doesn't wanna go. He hasn't seen her, he just recently started seeing her again because in February, he questioned her for 2 hours about who I went out to eat with on Valentine's Day, because he thought it was Callie. We didn't see her when we went to Ballistics.
So between the time when you shouldn't have him, and you called 911, the police got there, like, what did you do?
I sat there and held the towel on my baby.
You never like went outside or tried to get rid of anything? Because I told you, we don't care about it. You got some weed in there and you try to get rid of it. We don't care about that. Right? let him do this and we'll finish.
What's your date of birth, Robin?
783.
And you are consenting just for us to rub swabs inside your cheeks.
Detective Riddle, what are you doing at this point?
I'm actually taking buccal swabs, which is to rub them on her cheek and just get her DNA profile.
Okay, and so at this point in her story, she's saying that she did not put that gun outside, is that correct?
Correct.
I'm gonna take 2 sets, okay?
It's a couple, like I told you, it's a couple things not bad enough. One is no person, you can't find that book. Two, there's no case. You know, this is one book, one shit, right? No, that's fine. You didn't by any chance pick up.
No, I didn't take it. No, I was trying to, I was in shock. Like, my daughter was sitting here with pouring blood out of her chest. And my baby was screaming.
So if I told you that if by chance their video and it's showing you and Antoine outside talking, showing you come back outside, move your car, and it shows you come back outside again, would you believe that I was telling you the truth?
Yes, sir. How you are to me?
Would you believe, so if I told you that this video of you coming out there dropping that gun outside, would you believe that?
Yes.
Because that happened, didn't it?
Yeah, because I didn't want it in the house.
Okay, but then remember when I said, what did you do? Is there anything you got rid of? Why couldn't you say that? When we had that conversation in the hallway, what did I ask? I just asked you to be honest. That's all I asked you. I thought you were being honest, but apparently you're still not being honest. So you have left some stuff out. So, before you call 911,
No, after.
So after you called 911, what did you do?
I took the gun and put it outside.
Where was the gun at?
It was in the closet in my bedroom.
Okay. So why did you think to get the gun and come and put it outside?
Because I didn't want to be charged with having a gun.
Detective Riddle, you heard the defense attorney say that the reason that the defendant took the gun outside is because she wanted to be safe. Is that correct?
Correct, something similar. I don't
Is
verbatim.
Is that what she said here? She was taking it out for the safety of her children?
No.
That's not illegal. Gun in your home is not illegal.
I didn't know
You
that.
got a felony?
No, sir.
It's not illegal. Okay, now let's try something else. We were at the house. There were no case. What happened to the case?
I don't know. I really don't have a clue. I really do not have a clue. I swear to God on my son is living.
Okay, so the gun that we found outside, that Kelly gave you, we test fire that gun. It's not gonna match anything with Destiny.
No,
Have you ever even shot a gun before?
no,
So you don't know how to use a gun?
no.
So what's the chances that you were scared today, you had the gun, and you shot by mistake.
No,
That didn't happen.
no, sir.
You never got the gun until after you called 911 and you thought that you'd get in trouble for that.
Right,
So you're sticking with the fact that Antoine did this.
yes.
Surely to God, you would not blame this on somebody that not be true.
No.
Because you bought us in.
Right,
Now we're scratching our head.
right,
Because you ain't been telling us the whole truth. That's all I've asked you for the whole time.
right.
But do you know what this thing seems like to me? You more worried about self-preservation than anything else.
What does that mean?
You worry about saving yourself more than anything else. That's all I've been
I mean, I
getting
have a
from
son
you.
to raise, that this also is history.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand. You got another child you gotta worry about, right? But you also have to understand that there's justice for what happened to you. And if it was something you did that was a mistake, then we need to know that, because mistakes happen. We understand that. I don't think for a second you were malicious to shoot your child.
No,
I would hope that there ain't no one over there to do that.
no.
But when you keep on giving us reasons to doubt it, it's not helping out your cause. And you continually give us reasons to doubt it, right? Started with the phone. Then you just wouldn't, you lied about the car color. You lied about the person there. Then you lied about a gun. You weren't going to tell us any of that stuff until we figured it out and brought it up to you. Like, you understand that you're making this a really difficult case, right?
Well, it's not, I don't think we get the prosecution on
Because
that.
I don't even know who we need to prosecute now.
Because you're not a reliable witness.
Because you gave us so many jumbled up stories.
I mean, you're telling the truth.
I'm just gonna be straight up with you.
Is that gun the murder weapon? I'm just asking. If it is, tell us it is. If it's the weapon he used now and you took it outside, tell me the truth. Is it the murder weapon? Because I think we've got ballistics and we're going to be able to tell. I want you to hear it from your mouth. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Do you want this thing?
Yes, and he wiped it off.
Do you want this thing? Do you want this to go in front of a jury of people and you look like some uncaring?
No.
Because I'm gonna tell you what you look like right now. You look like you're very uncaring, and the only thing that matters to you is you. That's what you look like. I would like to think if I was in your position, I don't care if it was my mama that came in there and shot my kid. I'm telling any and everything. You're not doing that. Everything we've got from you, we've had to pull out of you. You have not freely given us anything. Somebody that wants justice and wants something done, they would be giving us all the info we need. They would be saying, yes, check my phone. I don't care if it's weed in there. I've told you we don't care about weed. We're not trying to hear you up. You'd be saying, this is what happened. Guess he had a gun. He threw it over there. Or I took it over there. You would be telling us all this stuff. You would get it out. Listen, you would get it all out there. Because it's going to come up at some point and you're going to have to answer it. So get it all out there so we can work through it. So now you tell us he knew where the gun was at. So there's more to the story, so you haven't told us the whole thing.
And he hadn't run this by you. Now I'm just going to go ahead and run it by you and tell you the truth again. At 8:42, you are seen on video taking that gun out. 8 minutes later, you call 911. We got the transcripts. You're covering up. This is not good. What's going on here? Tell me, please, God, Lord, sweet baby Jesus, you are not lying on this young man.
Self-preservation, I mean, it's human. Nobody wants to be looked at as they're a bad person. Even if something happened and it wasn't on purpose. So I understand that. But you gotta own up to stuff, say something, right? And all you've done is cast doubt on everything you told us. He told you, we see you outside about 8 minutes before you call 911.
That's not good.
That's not good. That is not good.
We can't sell this to jurors.
We have Who all of this happened? There's more to this than what you're telling us.
You see, I see a different change in you right now. You went to crime mode to he did it crime mode. Now you're thinking the wheels are turning. Oh Lord, what am I going to do? I mean, this is where I'm an emotional wreck just listening to it, because I was thinking, yes, we're going to put some motherfucker in jail, and now we're thinking, holy shit, did she kill her child?
No, I did not kill my baby.
But how are we supposed to believe it?
Oh, what the?
Explain.
I don't know.
Can you explain why you're seeing one gun outside and then 8 minutes later call it 911?
No, I called 911 first.
I don't know.
Yes, I did.
We're gonna get the video, but I'm pretty sure it shows you outside at 9:40 or 8:42. The 911 call was placed at 8:50.
Okay, and so this information that you're relaying to Ms. Howington, where are you getting that information?
I'm getting it from officers on scene. The timeline is off. We do have an accurate account. We did get the 911 records. I was off on my time. That's my bad. So, but now we do have the accurate. There's the only thing that we've made right is the accurate time frame,
Okay.
chronological order.
So let's